Important pointers in English literature. Emily Dickinson. What is Emily Dickinsons most famous for? Emily Dickinson is considered among the greatest poets in English literature. She is known for her unusual use of form and syntax, and for being the poet of paradox. What was Emily Dickinson's illness? Although Dickinson's death certificate says Bright's disease, a common denomination for a kidney ailment, recent research into her symptoms and medication indicates that she may actually have suffered from severe primary hypertension, high blood pressure, which could have led to heart failure or a brain hemorrhage. What was Emily Dickinson's writing style? Form and style. Dickinson's poems are lyrics, generally defined as short poems with a single speaker, not necessarily the poet, who expresses thought and feeling. What was Emily Dickinson famous for? Emily Dickinson, regarded as one of America's greatest poets, is also well known for her unusual life of self-imposed social seclusion. Living a life of simplicity and seclusion, she yet wrote poetry of great power, questioning the nature of immortality and death, with at times an almost mantric quality. What is unique about Emily Dickinson? Emily Dickinson lived nearly her entire life in Amherst, Massachusetts. She wrote hundreds of poems and letters exploring themes of death, faith, emotions, and truth. As she got older, she became reclusive and eccentric, and parts of her life are still mysteries. What is unique about Emily Dickinson's poems? A glance through Dickinson's poems reveals their characteristic external forms as easily as a quick look through Whitman's poems shows us his strikingly different forms. Most of Emily Dickinson's poems are written in short stanzas, mostly quatrains, with short lines, usually rhyming only on the second and fourth lines. Who found Emily Dickinson's poems? An accomplished artist and musician, Todd brought much-needed vitality and commitment to preparing Dickinson's poetry for publication. After finally enlisting Thomas Wentworth Higginson as co-editor, Todd completed Poems of Emily Dickinson in 1890, just 4 years after the poet's death. How many poems did Emily Dickinson publish while alive? 1,800 poems. Despite Dickinson's prolific writing, fewer than a dozen of her poems were published during her lifetime. After her younger sister Lavinia discovered the collection of nearly 1,800 poems, Dickinson's first volume was published 4 years after her death. What themes did Emily Dickinson write about? Like most writers, Emily Dickinson wrote about what she knew and about what intrigued her. A keen observer, she used images from nature, religion, law, music, commerce, medicine, fashion, and domestic activities to probe universal themes, the wonders of nature, the identity of the self, death and immortality, and love. Thank you. Content by Walden Educare, India.